second spot in our grand finals. Both of them have suffered one loss so far, and as this is a double elimination bracket, one more will mean that they're out of the competition. I welcome back Carbon Finn up here at the caster desk. How are you feeling about this war?
Oh, I am so excited. Super BLTX coming off a victory, defeating the defending world champions, Na'Vi. And Repata Gaming coming in with a defeat against Clash Champs, but only putting up 10 stars. So the question is, can they bounce back from a 10-star performance, as we are taking a look at the roster for Super BLTX. And of course, you know, the 2019 World's MVP Way is here trying to get a second title. No player actually has 2 titles ever in the history of Clash Esports.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Carbon Finn, those are some interesting background information there. But yeah, he definitely wants to get there, but he has to overcome those guys. The Repata Gaming roster, comprised of Timtastic, Emir, Mech, General X, and Teampa. And this entirely German squad has fought their way through the upper bracket and could only be stopped by the Clash Champs. But like, that was the only war where they really underperformed on offense.
Yes.
Like, not just compared to their performance so far in the World Finals, but also throughout the whole year. So do you think that this was really just the job of the Clash Champs bases, or was it maybe the pressure because they knew, okay, if we then win that one, then we are so close to maybe becoming world champions?
I think definitely pressure, for sure. Knowing that you're so close to potentially being a world champion, but they're in the lower bracket here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the predictions. Who will win this war? 71% of you at home are picking Super BLTX because of the performance against Na'Vi. But this is the real interesting thing is Na'Vi lost to Repata Gaming to get sent down to the lower bracket, then lost in the lower bracket to Super BLTX. So both these teams defeating a world champion, or at least the previous year's world champion. And so I am very excited for this match. Are you ready for the elimination match? The winner advances to the grand finals. Let's kick it off for the first attack.
Go! The fans are ready, and so is Emir. He is nodding because he feels confident about this, kicking it off once more for Repata Gaming. And he is facing a very interesting style box base with a row of 3 multi-inferno towers, a little bit different from what we usually see in these diamond types of bases. He coming in with an early blimp to take out just this compartment, Carbon, and it seems like everything is going according to plan.
Yeah, as this blimp does take out the scatter shot, continues here. The one nice thing would be if he was able to pull out that clan castle. That is a huge benefit so that you can deal with it on the outside. But granted, well, there is the queen on the outside, so that would have been able to help. If it's a warden walk, that can be a lot of problems. But he is moving in towards this monolith with the rage. These balloons looking to pull some seeking air mines. There isn't any, so the healers are nice and protected so far.
And amazing patience there with the spells. He saw that the queen was able to take out the monolith without the help of any more spells than this rage spell. So great job. Same goes here for the headhunters. He realizes I don't need to freeze or poison because I just lured a part of the CC, so I should save that for later. At the same time, he set the funnel at the top side to secure this queen going into the town hall.
Yeah, with that freeze on the town hall and the Grand Warden altar, the queen will be able to take the town hall down, but she's going to have to push through. This town hall is still saving onto this Warden Eternal Tome. Fully investing this with this queen push through here as the ability goes off to protect her, continuing as the Warden is transferring off of getting a little bit in front of this queen. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off, but it looks like the Expo, wait, the Warden's going behind the one. Where is this Warden going?
This Warden certainly has a plan. I mean, he just went there, said hi to the Expo and went back, hiding behind that queen. But there are so many things going on at the same time. Emir is sending in super barbarians from the right side, and more importantly, the royal champion. But look at the bottom rage spell tower. It just recharged and is ready to trigger, and that's exactly what Emir notices. And then he uses the invisibility spell to make sure that not too much damage rains onto his queen.
Yeah, with the RC ability going off, skipping through, he's going to make his way towards that Eagle artillery. Does make that Queen Invisible taking out that multi-target. Inferno working through the air. Expo and the Royal Champion's gonna continue our round, and Amir is gonna be starting it off for Repotted Gaming with a 3-star.
Cheers all along, and no skelly traps in the back end can hold him back. He is so happy about this, because remember, they were not able to 3-star any base in their last war, and now they start off strong with a 3-star right out of the gates, and that must give them the confidence boost that they so much needed.
Absolutely, that was a fantastic attack there. Incredible stuff from Amir. And we saw Repotted Gaming with only 10 stars that they got up again in the previous match. Delivering with a 3-star was clutch.
That's right, so let's hear it from the team.
Riese noch dazu, Lu noch dazu, Cleanup macht bei 7 Uhr. Einfach alles rein für Zeit. Let's go! Let's go!
Alter Emir, du hast ihn so gezogen.
He was like, man, Emir, you did it! And before that, they were actually spotting. So they were not celebrating, but they were put the cleanup down, Giant at 7. It was German, so I could understand what they were saying. And put everything in to make sure you triple fast. And that's very important, because it could really come down to time in the end. But for that, Super BLTX need to 3-star as well, and they're ready for their first attack.
Super BLTX is bringing in Super Barbarians with 2 clones and 5 invisibility spells. We'll be seeing the blimp. Yes, indeed. The balloons down in front of this war. You typically will see some headhunters, maybe. Yeah, there's at least one going in. Warden ability protects the headhunter, the balloons, and the blimp flying all the way across. So we're going to freeze up the sweeper. Indeed, as this blimp continues to move all the way through this base, so he can double clone. Super Archers, maybe, or does he switch it up for Super Minis? No, it is. It's going to be ground only, so it looks like Super Archers coming out so he can completely gut this core.
And we know how strong the Super Archers are, and we know that also Repotted Gaming used to use this strategy as well, but they that means they could also be prepared for that. But Super has not used this strategy so far in the tournament, and Wei said before, they have a couple tricks still up their sleeves, and that might just be one of them. And as you can see, and as you can hear from the audience as well, I will just ask the Itsu question. Where is the base, Carbon?
It is essentially gone. All the important defenses other than the Eagle Artillery is taken out. Town Hall, Clan Castle, the Monolith are all now down. Pushes his way in towards the Eagle Artillery. Does have a handful of super wall breakers, so he can break a couple of these walls and path his heroes around. It is critical of keeping this queen behind her king so she can stay alive, and the king tanks for her moving around the base together.
Now it's going to be interesting to see where the queen will go after taking out the Eagle Artillery. That's why Meow used the wall breaker here, but she needs to, like, it would be best for him if she follows the king around the base while the king is tanking the ground wall, and that's exactly what is happening. At the same time, the question is, can that Rage Tower recharge in time? That can make things a little harder there, and at the same time, we have to take a look at the timer, because he only has 50% taken out, but already taken up 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Yeah, and the Rage Tower is now back. It's going to activate, raging up especially that multi-target Inferno. Granted, the Royal Champ's going to make it in here and then be able to stun it very soon, but the Super Barbarians are slowly coming around this base as the Queen has full health, going to be able to even use ability through the backside. Super Barbarians to the top, he's not even waiting, but the big thing is the King is half health, so he can drop a Headhunters to help try to target that as we are making our way around, and Super BLTX is looking to answer with a 3-star of their own.
Could have even swagged 2 hero abilities. It was an incredibly strong attack, and these Super Barbarians, they are tanky, they do damage, they are fearsome, and that's what led to this attack easily becoming a 3-star in the end.
What a match we have here. The winner advances to take on Clash champs in the grand finals. But you will have to still force a bracket reset. We saw it last year where Navi was able to do that. We're looking at the replay of these super archers. The blimp value is incredible. And look at that, skipping through the town hall, taking out a monolith, and they're bringing so many different attacks. I can only imagine how hard it is to plan against them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And you know, when you said they have to force the bracket reset, yes, that means the way to become a world champion is still very long. And of course, that's what everybody wants. But at the same time, winning this match means the team will become second place at least. And that's $50,000 more than right now. So that's a $50,000 match at least for the teams. And we're ready with the next attack. So let's see what Reparted Gaming can bring.
General X is up. He's looking to bring the Queen Charge Recall Super Dragons. Looking to have this Queen grab that Eagle Artillery. You have to protect the Queen's healers, dropping a few balloons to test for those Seeking Air Mines, and then pull those healers back. Not deploying 5 healers because the 4 and the Unicorn with the Queen is the capacity of the recall spell, at least to pull them all back. Otherwise, you would be leaving 1 healer behind, and you definitely don't want to do that, as the Super Dragons will then come in between, where he drops the Queen again to move right through the core of his base.
That's right. He uses the invisibility spell there just in time. That puts on the recall perfectly. And what I also like is this is a strategy that we saw time and time again from Tribe Gaming before. Usually not with the help of the Zeps, but Nebrax has used this attack 3 times in their wars. So let's see if it can also work for General X. I felt like maybe he put down the Super Dragons there a little bit slow, as the Queen had not completed the funnel yet, but she will do now, taking down that collector, and now it's all about getting into the core of the base and also checking for traps that could potentially kill this battle blimp that he's going to send into the town hall. There it goes from the top side of the base.
Yeah, sends it in pretty late, but the Super Dragons have cleared a path, tested the whole area for traps. So the blimp looks like it's going to be safely making it to the town hall as it rages up, does have the freeze, using out of the town hall, freezing up the monolith, dropping a skeleton. So many things happening at once as he finds the tornado trap.
And that freeze proved to be so important. Same with the Rage. He was able to also not just get the troops for takedown of the Town Hall in there, but also the 1 Super Dragon that had made his way there. And with the last blow, it actually took out the core multi-inferno. Otherwise, this could have been a huge problem towards the end of the attack. But looking at this base, Carbon, there's only just basically 1 tough compartment to get through. The ground bow, Scattershot, and Queen in combination with the Rage Spell Tower. But he still has the Queen ability intact. He has a Royal Champion to deploy, and very importantly, a free spell to react to anything going wrong.
Here it is. The Royal Champion is now down, moving into the enemy Queen. The Scattershot's going to lock on. The Dicky is out in front. The Royal Champion's taking a lot of damage here, trying to keep her alive, so the freeze is used as he's got no more spells. Does stun the Scatter, but it's still frozen as he continues his way to the backside. The multi-target Inferno is standing. The Queen should be able to reach it as he walks down around with 27 seconds left.
Yes, and there are just a couple buildings that the Queen can all reach, and it's all cheers now with the Queen ability intact. He should maybe use it, same like his clanmate before, to get the timer down there. But yeah, great job from General X, the second 3-star in a row. Reparted Gaming come out of the gates extremely strong. It's like they're a different team right now.
Indeed. It's like, where was this in the last war? Because you want to make it from the upper bracket into the grand finals, bringing 3 stars. That's now back-to-back triples. They did not get a single triple in the previous match against Clash Champs. But they're looking to get the revenge. They want to make it back there and then defeat Clash Champs 2 times in a row. But first, you have to focus on this match. And Super BLTX is going to be up next to try to answer 3 stars. Super BLTX got 14 stars against Navi in their previous match, so they are definitely capable of answering what we just saw.
Yeah, and they were happy about that. We could see General X and Emir, they're playing with the audience, you know, hyping them up to get the support that they deserve. But we're ready for the next attack. So it's back in Super BLTX's corner. So let's see if they can also get the second 3-star.
Super BLTX bringing the Super Barbarians yet again, and here we go. The 23 Sneakies investing the haste, so it's all about speeding them up. But wait a second, look, there's quite a bit of walls around this town hall. There might just be that one tile out in front where that Tesla popped up in between the King and the Warden right there, as he's sending in more Sneakies to help take out this storage. Remember, these Sneakies are going to be responsible of trying to take out that town hall, as the one Sneaky there locks onto it, tests for traps, and he can send the rest in.
Yeah, and that's looking very, very strong because he didn't take too much time with it, and the entry into the town hall was pretty cheap. So I'm wondering if Reported Gaming were expecting that entry at all. Okay, well, they have a lot of Teslas and a lot of skeletons in that area, but Peng has brought a Electro Titan that will take quick care of all those skeletons popping up.
And look at this, with the Siege Barracks being used on the top side, getting that free peck, the Wizards can help set the funnel as he now moves his way through. But the brilliant thing about using the Sneaky Goblins early, you're wondering, wait, you're going to charge through this anyways. It's because the Town Hall Poison is now gone. That allows you to continue through this space and makes all the difference. When he pops his Warden ability, he's going to be able to protect maybe the King ability. He's going to maybe even save it for the very end, but there's a Golem moving in as well. The Golem has the Golem Mites, but we do now pop that Warden ability to really protect this smash right on through, with Super Barbarian still to use around the outside.
Yeah, this is looking like an amazing push, but remember, they used this exact attack strategy in the last war as well, so Reported Gaming could have prepared for it. On the other hand, they only had a couple of minutes to prepare for this next opponent. I mean, it doesn't look like they were expecting this specific entry, because, in my opinion, Peng's attack is still looking strong, but on the other hand, it's not a 100% 3-star at the moment. The Queen, oh, she takes out the Monolith. That helps him out a ton there, and with the Royal Champion still having the ability intact and 2 spells to support her, we know, he knows, and the audience knows this will be the next 3-star.
Indeed, with the RC ability and a freeze, and Super BLTX is getting a 3-star. We have 2 triples back-to-back for each team. It's going to come down to the smallest detail in every attack that's going to make it here. Who is going to have that first mistake?
Yeah, that is the question. Nobody is backing down. Nobody is showing any weakness so far. I mean, you could say except for the bases, but with these players, you know, sometimes there is just no way to defend them with these on-point executions. But we want to hear from Super during this attack.
手里有胖子，手里有胖子。没事，已经删了。我知道，别急。有隐身，有大招，隐身保女王，大招这边。牛逼，牛逼！太酷了，太酷了！666，直接拿下。太强！我他妈以为你打。
Beautiful, we could hear all the calls there. Super Barbarian at 10, Minion at 9, and there were the exact right calls at the right time. And we could also hear some cheering in there as well. Beautiful stuff from Super, and I just love these team comps to hear, you know, all the emotion that is going on during these attacks.
Yeah, they are so emotional. They're so vested into each one of these matches. And 3 stars coming in left and right. But what can Repotted do? Can they keep the 3 stars rolling in? They've completely turned around what they did in the last match against Clash Champs. So now it's time to see if Repotted Gaming can get a 3rd triple.
Just like before, Timtastic is coming in with the 3rd attack. He has taken on Peng's base, as we can see from this beautiful attacker and defender graphics. And he is concentrating, getting into the zone, because we know how much we all have enjoyed his attacks. But in the last war, he was not able to 3-star. So let's see what he can do with the battle drill.
Yeah, the battle drill going in. We did see a battle drill invis, kind of, you know, a unique thing from early attack. So this battle drill is trying to make its way in to help remove this with the Super Wizards. Taking out that section, now skipping across here, but the Super Wizards going to the bottom side. Only 1 left. Not able to remove this Royal Champion. He only lures out a little bit of the clan castle.
I wonder why he didn't use another invisibility spell. He could have easily taken out this Expo with 2 or 3 more shots from the invisible super wizard, but maybe he thinks that this is enough value already, and also the three invisibility spells he held onto, he can now use on his heroes. For example, the Queen, when she is being targeted by said ground Expo.
Yeah, as that Queen's going to make her way towards that Town Hall, the King is moving his way through the defensive King a little bit off to the right, so the Headhunter's just going to slow him down as the King can run up top. The Queen, unfortunately, will probably pull the Clan Castle out pretty soon because he definitely wants to take out that Town Hall with his Queen.
Yeah, that's why he's using the invisibility spell early, I think. But this Headhunter might now lure... Oh, maybe pops the Queen ability early. Yes, there she goes. And she targeted the Town Hall. That came in very, very handy for him. And now he has to take care of the Clan Castle troops. But as he's coming in with the Lalo, he doesn't have to worry too much about these Ice Golems. On the other hand, Carbon, he still has the Royal Champion to deploy.
He does indeed, as that King still has the ability to run through. It's going to be the Lalo, as the Royal Champion is now down. But he's only got a minute and 23 seconds, so he's a race against the clock here, as he's going to Lalo from the top side with the ward come through. He's going to pop that ward ability to protect the Hound as he passes past this air defense. He finds a tornado trap right past the Town, but he drops that. Was that a freeze, or was that the ice? Oh, no, that was the ice golem that died down.
No, he actually, yeah, that was the ice, but he missed that the single Inferno Tower was locking onto his Royal Champion. So she died within her ability. His his free spell onto the onto the single Inferno Tower was late, and I think that could make the difference. Otherwise, this Royal Champion could have gone strong in the core of the base because the King was left alive for a long time as well. He needs to use the spells that he has, but back and red air mines making his balloon push fall short. And there's a multi-Inferno and a low life Royal Champion as well. And it seems like just a couple of defenses will remain standing.
Yeah, this Owl can probably try to chain through unless it... Oh no, the RC does go down, but the defenses are going to stand here for Super BLTX as Tim Tastic is trying to get every bit of percentage. 93, and right now 4, 5, and 96% is what he's going to be able to grab, as these minions will get picked off here by the multi-target Inferno. Great effort there, a high percentage, but Super BLTX will take the lead with a 3-star.
That's right, and he must have been beating himself up about this free spell right now. The thing is also, he didn't have anyone looking over his shoulder, and when you're spotting on another iPad than the attacker, or another device than your attacker, and you will watch the attack, it will be 5 seconds delayed. And in that case, you might call something later, and that's why we saw before, when Celinio was watching Loop's attack over his shoulder, so he could see what was going on his tablet. And at that point, it might have come in handy to do that, because then he could have been called the free spell earlier on.
Yeah, that could have made all the difference, but let's go ahead and get ready for the next attack. And way is up, looking to come in with a Queen charge Hog Riders with 1 jump spell, probably to invest with this Queen charge to charge right on into the base as the balloons are down. Nice and early, quite a bit of them, as he only has 3 left, so he's going to drop this blimp to move in. He wants to remove the Eagle Artillery, the multi, and lure out this Clan Castle in the process.
And it doesn't appear to be trapped at all. Now the question is if the Yeti might go to the right defenses, and it does seem like it. The first defense already taken out, and so is the Eagle Artillery, and also that mortar that provides some nice pathing for that Queen, as there is no more building towards the top side that could lure her in there. And we can see that he is trying to charge into that bottom scattershot Queen compartment there.
Yeah, he's going to move through this lava hound, going to take some time, drops an archer onto the stores. That's probably what they're saying. You know, 1 archer can help try to pick that off, but it's going to be an archer versus a builder. Who's going to win that battle?
Well, usually it's the builder, unfortunately, so that archer will just stay there, maybe until the very end of the attack. attack. We'll have to wait and see. But more interestingly, Wei is now charging into the enemy queen compartment. We can hear some cheers out of the audience because I think they are very happy with how that opener went.
Yeah, with a rage down for the queen, gonna continue to charge through. Gotta keep your eye on the 2 balloons that he has. Gonna try to sneak them into this compartment to test as much area as possible. Yep, there's the first one, because he doesn't want to lose any healers in this charge.
Yeah, the coconut balloon gets a little bit into this compartment, and so far it doesn't appear to be trapped, so I wonder if he might send another one or hold on to it. Rage spell was just in time, and now soon he will use the jump spell to get right into that town hall.
Perfect jump placement here to give him access to the town hall, the multi, as he's gonna push his way through. But remember, he has hogs. You have to be very careful because they can die really fast when you move into a defensive rage spell tower. As the king is used off to the right side with one more super wall break, maybe even into the enemy world champion compartment. As hey, the hogs, they're coming straight on into the monolith here.
That's very interesting. The town hall will be active in just a second. So he decides, well, since I used the warden ability for these hog riders anyways, I might as well use them to negate that town hall damage and town hall poison afterwards. But now the hog riders need to get out of there quickly, but he doesn't have any more rage spells.
Yeah, he doesn't. As the hogs continue their way into the core, 6 more hogs used on the backside, drops them over to the cannon. Valkyrie's over there as well. Headhunter trying to move in to help snipe that royal champion to the right side. It's a race against the clock here with only 25 seconds. He needs to move through the space. He remembered that one archer at the very beginning.
Yes.
The far left. It's been working the whole time, and it's not doing any damage to that gold storage.
It is still there, but the time is the biggest problem at this point. He also has to care about percentage because remember, Timtastic had 96% in his 2-star attack, and Wei would really like to increase that percentage. He needs to pop the Royal Champion. He already popped the Royal Champion ability, and he cannot get any more buildings. I mean, I don't even know if this was a time fail at all or a power fail, and that is quite surprising after that opener. I don't know if the approach of sending the Hog Riders into the Town Hall was the right call here.
Yeah, that's the one thing, is if you send the hogs where the queen is essentially going, it's a race against the clock. If you send the hogs from the opposite side where the queen has no chance of going unless she walks all the way around the base, that's where it's going to help with potential time fail issues. You want to move your way through, but it's always about the Warden Eternal Tome. If you time it perfectly, you can keep your hogs alive, but a Warden ability for ground troops, you can still lose them through spring traps, so you have to be very careful.
Yeah, and remember, he only brought 20 Hog Riders in total, even holding on to a couple to send in from the outside. And General X is celebrating that defense here, and that just shows how much effort they also put into those bases to make sure they can get a defense or two, and it worked this time around. So let's see if that gives them another push in their next attack.
Is looking to bring more super barbarians here for Repotted. They've got the lead in this match only by a few buildings. That's how close this match is here, as a skeleton spell onto the defensive king to really distract him, with a log launcher being used, and now Warden is already deployed now.
The log launcher at the same time is taking out some defenses, but he has to make sure it's being tanked for the whole time. But yeah, the ground ball locks onto his Max Queen there, so she can still go strong. At the same time, he's trying, of course, to open the wall to that multi-inferno to eventually take it out with the troops that come out of the log launcher. And what's also very nice is that he took out that ground expo, which was just being raged up, and thus dealing incredible damage on his queen.
But he did not use that warden ability to be able to hit that king, so he's going down pretty fast, as a lot of the barbarians also were taken out, and the log launcher was not able to really get all the way deep past the clan council. Was that okay? Usually, a lot of times we tend to see the log launchers help if there's any invisibility spells by the town hall, so it can activate it early. But it's just a defensive rage back there. But the monolith is waiting. The lava hound is also by the warden, so that's gonna be a problem eventually when it will maybe make it its way to the queen. But we have super barbarians to use, as he is pathing this queen to this town hall now.
Yeah, yeah, it's looking good, but there's a lava hound. Okay, the warden can now take care of it. I wonder if some of the lava pups will go to the queen, but even more, it's important that the queen will path back to this town hall. That's why he reacts with the super barbarians at the top side, but yeah, she goes in and she'll be able to take it out, but there come the lava pups and the red mines.
The red mines, they're doing so much damage to the healers, which means that he drops a minion maybe to try to help not only take out the buff, but there's a red mine, and the healers are one red air mine to go down. Healers, stay alive. Don't go down, healers.
Okay, can take out the town hall, that is important, but of course he would wish to take out the whole base, and there go the healers. Queen ability in the town hall poison is never what you want to see. At the same time, he uses the royal champion from the other side of the base, but the queen cannot get any more additional value, and in fact she dies in her ability, and there is a lot of base left for just the royal champion.
Yeah, with the ground expo, the mile of the RSC ability does skip through. There's the freeze onto the ground expo as he continues to try to push through, but the mile does go down. But the Expo and that Grand Warden is going to be way too much damage, and we are going to have a defense here for Super BLTX.
And that was so close for Meg. There were, of course, this charge was somehow baited, but at this point I feel like it was okay for the queen to die. Of course, it would have been better to still keep her alive, but she had enough value. But if he would have held on to one or two spells in the beginning, for example, when he took care of the enemy queen and the scatter shot there in his queen charge, he didn't have to use a free spell because his queen was raged up. If he would have held on to that, but I think he did it to be, you know, careful. He didn't want to lose his queen ability early on or something, and that shows the pressure under which these players are. But if he would have done it just a tad bit more confidently, he could have maybe saved it in the end.
Yeah, he could have saved it, but hey, it's the smallest details, but it's now time to see what they can do to answer. Super BLTX with looks to be some Electro Titans. We have one Earthquake, a Jump as well in the mix, and starting off with that Warden walk here. Why do you think he might have started with the Frosty here? Because a lot of times we see players using the Poison Lizard to help speed up Warden walks.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe he was expecting a little bit too much damage. Maybe he was scared of a Tesla farm around there, or like this Warden in general being trapped. But also the Frosty is providing some tanking, some extra damage as well. But I agree, I would have also gone with the Poison Lizard there. But yeah, maybe Manta had something in mind. But 40 seconds off the clock, that's a good time to start with the Electro Titans.
Yeah, moving through, pulling that Warden to the left side, dropping a couple balloons onto the Archer Tower as he wants to get the funnel set in towards the core of the base. And there's the blimp. Look, he's trying to then get the Warden ability. Maybe can he get the blimp? Yes, indeed, which it finds one sinking air mine, moving his way through. There's the Warden ability, hitting the Electro Titans, hitting his balloons, ice golds, and the blimp landing right near this town hall.
Yeah, he did a great job, but he finds the tornado trap. That means that the super wizards are caught near the wall. Now they continue doing damage, but they need to take out this town hall. Can they? Oh, they really can do it! He didn't have a freeze spell invis anymore, so he had to freeze the town hall. The value is there, but I think he wanted the multi as well.
He definitely wanted the multi. The Air Expo is such low health. It can go down pretty quick. The multi goes down as he continues through this Eagle Artillery, but the Queen and everything in the core is now down, and it's up to the Royal Champion to have to make it through the multi-scatter, the enemy Queen, and the backside of this base here.
There is so much base left, yes, but I love to see the variety of strategies that Super BLTX are bringing here to the table. Very, very great to see, and it's very hard to defend them. But now, if things don't go entirely right, it seems that this specific strategy might have a chance of falling down. So notice that Manta has one more free spell, a single free spell more, and he has to use it perfectly in this case. Unfortunately, though, the combination of the scatter shot still shooting, the Skelly trap, and the bomb tower being taken out, that means that the Royal Champion cannot finish this base, and it seems that he's falling short as well.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the scoreboard, they're down by 2 stars, so they'll be tied on that. But he needed to 3-star in order to tie the war exactly on percentage. Because the way it works is you add 20% for every single one of the attacks here. And unfortunately, that's going to fall short at 81%. He had the Super Wizards in that blimp. Unfortunately, he was not able to get as much value as he was hoping for, falling short. So RPG, Repotted Gaming, is looking to take advantage of this right now.
That's right, because as we look at the stars, it's equal between the teams, but percentage right now is in favor of Repotted Gaming, which also means with just one attack left per team, Teamper can now secure his team a spot in the Grand Finals if he's able to 3-star. If he doesn't, it depends, of course, on Super BLTX's attack. Wow, so much on the line right now, and it must be so much pressure on the players' shoulders right now, right?
Absolutely. They are so nervous. They want to get to the Grand Finals and get the revenge against Clash Champs, who held them to 10 stars in the last war. Both these teams here, both defeated Na'Vi, which was eliminated Na'Vi. Definitely a fan favorite, but we're gonna have a new fan favorite after the end of this weekend.
Oh yeah, I suppose we do. At least we'll have a new world champion, and which of those two teams gets a chance to still become the world champions is decided in the next 2 attacks. So Teamper, he's preparing there. We can see that he's already focusing, and it appears that he's going to be attacking Manta Space. So that's right, dive right into the last attack of Repotted Gaming.
Repotted Gaming holds everything in their hands. A 3-star, and you secure your spot into the Grand Finals with a Queen Charge Lalo. Has a couple super wall breakers as well. Has that Flame Flinger unless he decides to switch that up. With a recall spell too.
Yes, I noticed the recall spell as well. That is not the usual approach, but we've seen it once or twice. But now looking at that, it seems like he wants to take out exactly this Royal Champion compartment. So he wants to make sure to take out the Scatter Shot and the Royal Champion, but now things are not going entirely his way because the Queen went in to chase the Royal Champion, and this way the funneling might have been messed up. That's why it was very important that the Flame Flinger took out the first Archer Tower there early on. Oh, but now also a problem is the Clan Castle. Yeah, maybe freeze. Maybe freeze. Yes, there goes the freeze, and it was deployed perfectly. So the Queen can... so both the Scatter Shot and the Clan Castle troops are frozen. The Queen can take out the Scatter Shot, and there the recall goes.
There it is. Queen's now redeployed over to the left side with a couple sneaky goblins to help now force the Queen in towards this monolith, breaking the wall a little bit more so the Queen has an easier access to the monolith as he does use the Headhunter onto the defensive king. Gonna continue this push. The Flame Flinger has taken its time, and he's going to want to path this Flame Flinger into the multi-target Inferno.
And so far, the execution really is on point. I don't really know why he waited there so long with the Skelly spell and rather used a free spell first, but it seems to be working, definitely. Yeah, let's see later on if he would have needed that free spell, but yeah, so far everything is going his way, and he's already setting up the back-end Lalo.
Yeah, with that king to the bottom side, he can push that king into the defensive queen and Scattershot as his queen is now slowly getting through this defensive clan castle. The headhunters are down. Flameflinger is now working onto that multi-target Inferno. The king's ability has gone off. Eagle artillery shots hitting the king as he has taken out the enemy queen as he will come back to life to help remove the Scattershot. Dropping the balloons, the Lava Hound, the Lalo is coming through to the right side towards the Eagle artillery.
Yeah, but his biggest enemy at this point is the time. That's why he just starts the Lalo, even though he hasn't secured the Town Hall. But the Queen will get it. He knows that for sure with the help of the spells he still has. And he doesn't even invest the rage spell into the Town Hall takeout. Maybe use the Queen ability then to make sure that these balloons do not go into the range of the Town Hall. He's not, but I think it's a great idea because he can actually hold on to it. Okay, he wants the Clan Castle troops to be safe there. And he just has a multi-inferno to worry about. Let's see if he can use the invisibility spell perfectly. There is a tornado trap. Are there red mines as well? He still has the Queen. And it seems like they are celebrating. The red mines are there, but the Royal Champion as well.
Yes!
Spell. The crowd is going wild. Teampa is cheering because they've done it. Repotted Gaming are a second finalist.
Repotted Gaming is making their way back to the grand finals here. They got knocked down from Clash Champs and they want to get their revenge. Look at that, delivering a 3-star Temper what an attack. The Flame Flinger Queen charge, incredible. So let's go ahead and hear what they had to say.
GG.
Alter Jan, was ein Banger-Hit, Junge. So geil.
Someone was shouting here, what an amazing hit in German. Yeah, they were happy all along, but I could also see, which was very interesting, when Tipa was done.
Yeah.
They were already planning the basis for Clash Champs, I'm sure, because they were like had very serious looks on their face and they were like discussing.
Yeah.
So they really know what's on the line. They took like 5 seconds to celebrate, but then they went like, okay, this is just the beginning. There's another match, maybe better, even 2 coming up. So I really like to see that focus from the team. But yeah, we have one more attack from Super BLTX. For us, they have shown incredible stuff so far. So let's give it up for them one last time.
Seven's looking to bring some Electro Titans, also has a recall spell in the mix, starting off with that Flame Flinger to the top side to help grab that Archer Tower. You always want to be careful whether the Flame Flinger's deployed. Are there mortars, expos? Because that will take it down really quickly as the Frosty with that Warden is down, moving through with the Queen, through the Defensive King, probably wants to grab the Town Hall and then just lure only the heroes and the pets back, not the healers, because then he can drop the heroes near it and the healers will just fly close to the base and not get picked off.
Really incredible. I've said it before, this variety is really astounding to me, and just shows how much time they spent into the preparation of this World Championship match here. Wow, the recall was just in time as Queen and Warden were about to step into the Town Hall poison. And it's interesting because he basically just delayed them so the other troops could run in front of them and tank for the damage that would be raining on them into the center of the base. But the triple Ice Golem CC is not ideal for that approach.
It's not, because it's going to really slow him down as he continues this way through. And the air defense is on the left side, so it's going to slowly be locking onto these healers soon if they make their way to the left. But looks like they are actually just out of range as the Warden ability goes off, and the Royal Champion is going off to that left side air defense by herself.
Oh, and that, I don't think that's what he wanted her to go, but he freezes the Royal Champion, the enemy Royal Champion, to take her out. Now he has to freeze again for his own Royal Champion. Great job there, so she can take out the enemy Queen with the help of a Headhunter as well, but there's a Skelly Trap, so it will slow her down at the same time. The push through the core of the base made their way with quite some health there left. A couple healers still alive, 2 Electro Titans, and I think this is looking extremely strong still.
Yeah, with that Queen following behind, well, I was going to say the King, but he has gone down as the RC ability does skip. Should be able to make his way through the left side cannon with that Royal Champion with a minute left and an invisibility spell as well, as all his troops and heroes are making their way through, and 7 is going to be delivering a 3-star for Super BLTX, but it comes down to the percentage. That's why when you fail, you need to fail at as high of a 90% as possible, and that made all of the difference in this match. And Repotted Gaming will be advancing to the grand finals to take on Clash Champs.
Congratulations to them, but also, of course, to Super 7, showing once again at the end what they are made of. Their hit rate throughout the whole tournament has been incredible at 80%, I think, 60% consistently. But no, actually 80%. Wow, yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah, Super really entertained us well here, but unfortunately, Repotted Gaming was that tad bit better here in this match.
Yeah, Repotted Gaming was able to bring the 3 stars. Clash Champs' defenses stood strong against them, so I can't wait to see what happens, because we are now going to be getting ready for a grand finals match. Clash Champs, coming from the upper bracket, has to lose twice against Repotted Gaming in order to win. That's what happened last year. There was a bracket reset. Yeah. But I think it's now time to go down to the stage to hear a little bit more from them with Eric.
Brilliant performance here from Repotted Gaming. We got the team on the stage here, and we got a chance to give a little bit of a feel for them as they get ready for their grand finals match. And I want to know, going into this match, you saw your opponent take down Na'Vi. You just came off of the loss from Clash Champs. How did that affect your confidence in this match?
Not at all. I mean, we knew we would had a bad match this World season, so I guess we have it out now, and Clash Champs better be prepared for the next one.
Well, speaking of Clash Champs, once you get to that grand finals, you're gonna have to not just beat them once, but beat them twice to become the world champion. You're guaranteed second place right now, but how do you feel about your chances to take them down not once, but twice?
It's possible. Definitely. We have the bases, we have the stuff, and we have the players for that, so I guess it will be interesting.
I guess we'll see if that preparation pays off, but one more question. You have anything to say to your fans out there?
We love you all and we love the support. Thank you for all of that, and I hope you can cheer us on for the grand finals. Thank you, boys and girls, obviously.
Guaranteed minimum second place. They're moving to the grand finals to face Clash Champs. Give it up one more time for Reported Gaming.
Yes, I'm sure all the boys and girls at home are supporting their Reported Gaming players, especially, you know, after coming back from being pushed down to the bottom by the Clash Champs bases, but then coming back with a strong 13-star performance. I think they're ready for the finals now. What do you think, Garvin?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be waiting so patiently for the grand finals. It's going to be coming up next, but let's go and welcome Judo here to the desk. Reported Gaming now making their way to the grand finals after getting pushed down the lower bracket with only a 10-star performance in that previous war against Clash Champs.
You've got to give it to Reported because I predicted they were going to win that first match. However, the way that they performed, I kind of picked Super BLTX for that one. I wasn't sure whether they were going to be able to shrug it off, but they did, and that for me was the most impressive thing, Maxi.
Yeah, I agree, and I have to say I also picked Super BLTX for this match. So we were both proven wrong by the Reported Gaming players. Yeah, once more here we can see the stats here in the arena. It came down to percentage, so it really shows how close all of these teams are at this stage of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been the caster jinx because I also went Super BLTX.
No.
Yes, so, you know, once all the casters predict the team, then, you know, it's just the caster jinx does set indeed. But let's take a look at the MVP. Temper coming in with 28% of the vote and getting the 3-star at the very end and helping secure a victory for them. Moving on to the grand finals, Judo.
Absolutely, and the attack by Temper, I'm sure you can all agree, was so well calculated in that moment to win the war as well. So that's exactly what I wanted to break down for everyone at home, because he also set up the Flame Flinger incredibly well. So you will notice as we start to play here, he begins with the Archer Queen up top. And the main reason for that is getting the Archer Tower down, because then the Flame Flinger is free. Nothing else is going to be able to fire at it. And normally we use test troops in this area in order to check whether there are skeleton traps or Tesla. You notice he sends in one Hog Rider there. But the most impressive thing is just how he understands what that Flinger will get afterwards. So after setting the funnel, and the Archer Queen is able to walk back down towards the bottom of the base, from the recall, sorry, we then have the Flame Flinger targeting directly the multi-target Inferno. And that is the key thing. Often you look at bases and you think, you know, maybe the Expo is covering it, maybe the Mortar is, but as long as you can re-aggro those defenses to protect the Flinger, then you're going to be good. At this point, he's very protective of the Archer Queen. So you notice the Skeleton spell initially, followed by the Freeze. Maxi quite rightly pointed out that he did it the other way around, sorry. But the most important thing is those high damage buildings on your Archer Queen. One thing I want to point out is the Poison spell on the defending clan castle here as well. Notice how he puts it directly on top of the Archer Queen. That makes sure to capture the headhunters initially, but then as the Lava Hound moves forward, it's also in the primary spot in order to get all of the pups as well. So even as the attack was developing, so many key moments that you can take note of. But one thing we've seen a lot of is time fails. And that's where at this point, with only a minute left, he has to start the Lalo from this top side and waiting on the Warden ability, just trying to encompass as many balloons as possible, but also when they do then get in range of the raged up defenses. Impeccable timing there. Once he knew the Town Hall was safe, and ultimately coming down to the back end, it got a little bit close, but he was able to continue and just use the RC when needed. This tornado trap had us on the edge of our seat, but an impressive performance by Reported Gaming. And obviously this attack in itself was just so well calculated to break down the different elements of the base. And for me, getting that Flame Flinger value was the most important. Often we see the Warden Walk used. In this case, using the Archer Queen to initially tank defenses, take out that area of the base, then taking her to the other side so the Flinger could move into the middle. A little bit like what we would do with the Super Dragons whenever we have that Recall Queen. He used that exact same approach for the Flinger moving in. So hopefully I was able to explain that well enough with the screen moving around, trying to get the, the telestration on top. But what do you think, Maxi? Certainly it's one of the most impressive Flinger entries that I've seen this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and it takes so much skill to pull off a queen charge like that, like Teamper did. So of course it's hard to explain it because it's really hard to plan it and do it. It's even harder than explaining it. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like, this is a very high skill cap attack. So there are only few players in the world that can pull it off like that. Carbon, we have figured out some socials that we wanted to take a look at.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll throw them up on the screen here. And as that's coming up on the screen, there it is. We have Tree Climber Leo there. And take a look at that picture, watching the World Championship. We love it. Clashing while your favorite team is joining Clash of Clans. Love the Clash of the World Championship. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that picture. And anyone watching at home or even in the arena, share your pictures with us with the hashtag ClashWorlds, ClashFest, and we'll be sure to be taking a look at them, and maybe you might see yours on the big screen. But incredible, as we are getting ready for the grand finals, let's now head down to the floor with Eric interviewing Nebrax.
I get the pleasure of sitting down here to chat with Nebrax here from Tribe Gaming, a phenomenal player in his own right, winner of $60,000 from your placement in this competition. There's still so much more to go here with this grand finals getting ready to kick off. And I'm kind of curious, what are you going to do with your winnings here?
Oh, I think all of us already bought what we want to have with prize money from last year, where we got second. So I guess we will just save the money and get a nice boot camp again in the next year.
Oh, smart. Yeah, just reinvest it back into the team, right? I like it. I like it. All right, well, you've seen a lot of the predictions that we've made as the casters, and we got them all wrong. All of our brackets are busted here because everything is just kind of going everywhere right now, and this is not the grand finals that I think a lot of people expected. But now that we're here, who do you think is going to win out of these two teams?
I mean, we are, for our friends from Germany, from Reported Gaming, we are the team with the highest believing energy. Sadly, we can't play on our own right now, but we will send all our energy to Reported Gaming.
Reported Gaming, the German team sticking together there, right? Have you seen any attacks or teams that have inspired you? Any attacks that you want to go try after seeing what, like, specifically the Chinese team has done?
I mean, the overall plans are always very similar, but it's always those small adjustments. For example, if you playing Electro Dragon in a blimp where you get nice chain value, there's always stuff that you can copy, and it's about the small details you can adjust and add to your plans.
I like it. Some interesting perspectives here from Tribe Gaming. Congratulations on making it here, and well played. Unfortunately, they're out, but we still have two teams standing, and we still have that grand finals to give away here. $300,000, an insane amount of money, but let's send it back up to the desk. Thank you, Nebrax.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, our pleasure, Neighborhooks. We love to be here, and thank you for being here as well, especially after the tough loss yesterday. It's nice to see that the players are still here in the arena because they want to see what is going on at the highest level of Clash of Clans esports, even though there are rivals, friends, and unknown teams in the competition. But they are still watching and want to see what is going on, even though I think I heard a little bit of celebrating from yesterday in Neighborhooks' voice as well.
Yeah, indeed. But just making it here to the Clash of Clans World Championship is such an achievement. But you know, these teams want to win it all. They are so skilled, and we are going to be so excited for the final match. Well, there could be two, right, Judo?
There certainly is, and for me, you've got to think that Clash champs are going into this very confident, knowing that irrespective of who won that last match, they had already taken down Reported and Super BLTX in fashion. What I think has impressed me the most about Clash champs, and obviously the team built around them, is how much they know their opponents. You have to acknowledge the offensive capabilities and defensive capabilities of who they're going up against.
Yeah, you do indeed. And I do have a question for you, Maxi. You have competitive experience. You've played on stages like this. And team like Clash champs are repotted. What do you think in terms of bases? Do you think they have any specific bases left at this stage? Because you only have a limited amount of base slots to have, and what do you think is going through their minds right now?
Well, it's funny because in fact I talked with Mac from Reported Gaming yesterday, and I asked him like, wow guys, your bases are doing amazing. How is that possible? And he was like, yeah, we prepared well. And I was like, yeah, well, I hope you haven't used your best bases yet. And he was like, well, we still have 20 left. So, as they used 10 today, that would make the exact other 10 for the first match and rematch now. So I think that they are prepared at least. But I know that Clash Champs, they have incredible base builders like Satan's, for example, that I'm sure they are prepared as well. And also, they had one match less. So maybe they can take even better bases from the base pool they're prepared.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to pick up on, is how Reported Gaming have got to reveal more of those bases, whereas Clash Champs can go into this match with the ones they feel the most confident about, right? And I know they build them for the specific opponents, but if you had to have a guess, how long do you think it has took them to make those 20 bases?
Well, I would say 4 weeks at least.
4 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Like they made to build them. The first draft of it probably just like an hour, because they are just so experienced with building bases. Like the first 1 hour per base, of course. But then testing them over and over again, having different attack strategies, different people from the clan, and setting things up differently and so on. That takes a lot of time. I'm sure it took them weeks to do that. But as we're speaking about the teams, let's take a look at some more socials, because we have lots of support from you guys at home as well.
Absolutely. As we're taking a look at the next one here over on X, we have Vended Crowned YouTube, an intense battle between RPG and Super BLTX. We love to see it. Credit to for their calculated moves, and to Super BLTX for their never say die attitude. Well fought indeed. We love to see it, Judo.
We certainly do, and I've been really enjoying, because even the ones that aren't pulled up on the screen, we're able to have a little bit of a look at the iPad. It's so good to see all of the love from the community for the esports side of the game as well. But just going back to the matchup, and obviously Clash Champs have had a little bit of time to prepare behind the scenes. In my winning interview with them, that's what they said. We're just going to go back there, focus on the game. We're not going to get drawn into, watching it as a spectator, as I'm sure they would love to do. But Reported Gaming haven't had as long in order to do that. So how do you think they are feeling right now? The pressure that they're going to be in coming into this, knowing they have to win. Clash Champs have that extra lifeline.
That's right, but I really don't think that they think about that at all. Just like General X said, they didn't even think about that in their last match either. You just have to focus match by match, and of course you don't want to lose anyways, whether you have another life or lifeline or you don't. So I think they won't be thinking about the whole mountain they have to climb, but just like the first stage of it. So and I think that's the right mindset, obviously, as well. Otherwise, like in your head, it will just be enough that you have to overcome to get to that big goal, the world champions in Clash of Clans.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see every single one of these teams, especially this grand finals. But between the two of you, was there any particular attack that you saw this weekend that stood out?
Oh, the entire weekend.
Yes.
I always like to see new approaches. Right? That's one of my favorite things about the World Championship, because everybody holds those strategies they've been working on, even if, like we heard down there, they're just little tinkers and just tiny little alterations, as Nibrax was saying. So I've been most impressed with Super BLTX. I still remember the Super Bowler blimp from last year. Already mentioned it a couple of times during the stream because I was so excited about it. And I think what Super BLTX have done is reuse strategies that people have forgot about. You know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, just go back far enough to where people don't remember those strategies and they don't try and defend them again, don't try and defend against them anymore. So what do you think? Go wipe in next year's World Championships, Maxi?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the witches have another level until then. Who knows? Eric would love to see that, I'm sure. But yeah, the definitely Super BLTX showed us a lot of new strategies during the last 3 days. So it's very hard to pick one that stood out. But let's take a look once more at the bracket to see where we are actually at this tournament. And we can see all of the spots have been filled out except for one. And that is match number 15. That can only happen if in match number 14, our grand finals, Repotted Gaming win. Because look at it, from the top bracket, we have Clash Champs that have won every single match. So they have deserved that, while Repotted Gaming, they have lost once, were kicked down to the lower bracket, but have fought their way back into the grand finals. As they have that loss already, Clash Champs would be able to take them out in the first match, while Repotted Gaming would immediately lose then.
To me, the craziest thing here is neither Navi or Tribe Gaming made it to the upper semis or even the lower finals. They got eliminated before that mark, and Clash Champs, Repotted Gaming definitely deserve their spot here in the grand finals. They have shown such a class. Their defensive side has been strong, their offensive side as well. 3 stars coming everywhere. This one is going to be a fight.
It certainly is. And I think one thing that really is highlighted from what you were just saying is how close the teams are and how close the wars are at this level. Sometimes even just heartbreakingly one building for the teams, but that's what happens at the highest level. And it really, what I always appreciate is the deep understanding that the players have of the game, being able to tailor those strategies, even if it might seem like when you're watching a simple Queen Charge Super Dragons, being able to adapt to the base in perfection. How well do the players need to know the game in order to play at this level, do you think?
Yeah, well, that's very hard to put into words, but obviously almost like close to perfect. They know every single range, the strength and weakness of every single troop, spell and building, and they have to know different base designs on top of that, and then that's just the strategy behind it. On the other side, you have the execution as well. You have to be able to time or tap your device with the perfect timing as well. So many things have to be taken into account, but the best 2 teams are in the finals. Before we get to some more gameplay though, let's hear it from Darian, who has someone with him in the interview that can tell you a little bit more about that game we love so much.
Okay, so I did promise you something super exclusive. Right now, I am joined by Clash of Clans game designer and all-around awesome dude, Alex Hookie. Alex, how you doing today?
Very good, very excited to be here.
So, as a game designer, what exactly do you do?
Well, I focus mostly on gameplay, so I'm coming up with new ideas for new troops, spells, doing a little bit of balancing so the game feels good to play, but mostly focusing on gameplay stuff.
So, should we blame you for Lavaloon?
Well, I wasn't there then. That's not me to blame. If you want to blame me for Electric Titan, you can.
Okay, you heard it. So, well, with the Clash Finals, this is our 5th year celebrating it, and it's on Supercell's home turf here in Helsinki, Finland. As part of the Clash team and game designer, what exactly does that mean to you and the Clash team?
Oh, it means a lot, honestly. This is basically a combination of the whole community getting together, challenging each other to get better, challenging each other to really get out like the best players, and it's amazing to be here and to see such skilled levels of play.
So, well, let's talk about, as a game designer, you know, we're seeing the best players in the world. I mean, these players are competing at levels that are completely unexpected. What does it mean to see these really cool, awesome strategies that maybe you never even anticipated?
Oh, it's like super interesting. Personally, I actually really like the competitive scene, so it's really great to be here and see all these crazy strategies. But as a designer, it's pretty inspiring to me. I can I just think, like, what can I do to make this even better next year?
And seeing players come up with these unique strategies, like, how does that inspire your work?
Oh, basically what happens is I see all of this and, like, what can I add to make this even more fun? What could have changed if there was like a spell or a troop that could do just that to fix this time problem? And then this way I come up with new ideas, and usually I try to prioritize these things that give players creativity, space to be creative in the game.
So let's talk about players and community. You know, you know that the Clash community is absolutely essential and the core to Clash of Clans. As a designer, what does it mean to, you know, be here among all these amazing people?
Oh, it's super energizing. Like, it's great to be here. It's great to feel the energy of the whole audience. And honestly, it gets me almost like wanting to go back to the office to get done more work, to do more stuff for this community. That's just amazing.
Well, speaking of more work and new content, you know, I would never be forgiven if I didn't hammer you for some kind of hint of what's to come next.
Well, of course I can tell you something. You're gonna want to get your builders ready to this and get ready to jam.
Yo, it's that time again. Builder strut his stuff. You tough enough? He got them skills, make your village grow. For up to half the dough. So make your builder smile and set him loose. Ain't no excuse. You wanna level up quick and listen to the kid. Can't build that thing. Builder's got this new banging hammer jam sound. Level up and bring my hammer down. For just 2 weeks, the hammer jam rules. Hammer jam. Build it full. Gold mine trap, spell factory and walls. Boost and roll. All around the world, hear the villagers shout. Don't miss out.
Woo! Hammer Jam! Let's go! You all know what that means, right, Juno?
Hammer jam, hammer jam.
Was it
2 weeks, I think it said, right?
Was it you rapping?
Did I hear 2 weeks? Yeah, I was too busy rapping. I don't know.
No, I didn't know either. Yeah, amazing stuff there. Wow, that was so cool. I need to get that maybe as a ringtone so I get up in the morning. Farm.
Yes, yeah, we're gonna start farming. You're gonna have to start upgrading indeed. Hammer Jam is coming indeed. We cannot wait for that, so make sure you guys are getting ready for that. So many amazing things are gonna be happening.
Well, I think everyone needs to follow the official channels in order to find out all of the information as soon as it is released, because Clash of Clans like to do this. They just tease us with things, and I guess we'll find out by following the channels when exactly that goes live. Exciting times ahead.
That's for sure. We have exciting times ahead, but we also have quite exciting times right now with the teams getting ready, preparing the last bases, preparing maybe another secret strategy that has not been revealed for some reason. Maybe the base wasn't fitting. Maybe they just didn't feel confident about it, or they felt they didn't need it, but they might need it right now, because now is the time to shine. Now is the time that we will be crowning the new world champions.
Yes.
Carmen, I want to ask you first. What is your prediction? Who is going to win the grand finals?
You put me on the spot right here at this moment. Of course you do, right? Well, I mean, it's so hard picking against a team coming from the upper bracket, and seeing what Clash Champs just did against Repotted Gaming, holding them 10 stars. I think that I'm going to be taking Clash Champs.
You've got to. I mean, I picked against them before, but at this stage, how can you not go with Clash Champs? They're incredible, but anything can happen. We seen it last year, didn't we? So let's throw it down to Eric to introduce the teams.
It always feels a little bit surreal leading up to this moment. But when the trophy lands on the stage, you know it's about to get real. But only one team is going to be able to claim this trophy and be crowned world champions. Let's get ready to kick off this grand finals match. Let's welcome to the stage the winner from the lower bracket. Rallying after their loss from Clash Champs in the round before, let's bring out Repotted Gaming! And now, undefeated in the upper bracket, nearly flawless on offense and unbreakable defenses. Welcome to the stage, Clash Champs!
This is what we've been waiting for. No more hammer jam, enough about that stuff. This is the grand finals, and I can't wait to be crowning a new 2023 world champion.
That's right, Repotted Gaming, or the fan favorites for sure, just based on the sound from the audience. Clash Champs, they were looking unstoppable so far. They have held back Repotted already once. Can they do it one more time?
Time will tell as the teams are now getting dialed in, ready to go. We can take a look at the stats of Repotted Gaming. Impressive indeed. You see the highest by Temper, who did finish it off strong for them in that previous matchup, getting the 3 stars, which I did then break down for everybody. But they have been solid all weekend. It really is just that one slip up versus Clash Champs, but it appeared their bases were just perfectly crafted for them.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like Repotted should not be unhappy about their defensive performance versus Clash Champs. They hold them back to 12 stars, which is really solid. Just the defense of Clash Champs were even better. But we can see the offensive powerhouse on your screen. Celinio, Leo, Di Castro, Pato, and Luke. And they are just so close. They are one match away from maybe becoming the new world champion.
They know how close they are, but I have to admire how calm and collected they are. And look at this prediction. We thought it might have been a little bit more one-sided towards Clash Champs. Only 54%, despite them having that extra lifeline as well. You've got to remember, for Repotted to win this, it is going to be 2 wars, but I guess this prediction is just the first matchup. Maybe people thinking it's going to go to that final, which I guess we all like to see, right? We want to see more gameplay and more action, so let's dive straight into it with the first attack.
Flying into the arena as we have the first attack happening. We have Clash Champs starting things off again. And wait a second, I know those blue creatures. It's Super Bowlers. We haven't seen them that much over this tournament so far. But I'm really looking forward what Clash Champs in Di Castro can do. They can show it up to us.
Well, Eric has highlighted this numerous times, but whenever Clash Champs open with the 3-star, they are very difficult to defeat. So let's see if his plan is going to work. So far, the Flinger is getting good value down the bottom. He's got the base open, a little bit of a funnel already set. I do notice the poison tower behind the Town Hall, which is something you've been focusing on a little bit during the matches today as well.
That's right, the poison behind the Town Hall. At the same time, if you're going through the Town Hall, this means the Tower Poison and the Pun Tower, they do not stack, which is perfect for him. Even triggering the Poison Tower early, so perfect case right there. And what you typically do is you try to charge the Town Hall, trigger the Town Hall Poison, and then play the Super Bonus delayed through the Town Hall Poison. And take a look at that. As soon as the troops are behind the Town Hall, one jump is going to open up everything.
Yeah, this will allow him to save the Warden ability as well. As you correctly point out, once the Town Hall goes down, the poison is now active and his Super Bowlers are nowhere near it. It's just about getting that timing, so they do move into this compartment before the Archer Queen starts taking out everything else. Oh, and as I say that, 2 Super Bowlers walk around it too.
Remember, Super Bowlers are ranged troops, so funneling them is not too easy, and a Super Bowler smash with just one Super Bowler is not really that threatening, but we have seen Clash Champs turning around attacks like crazy. So can they make that work with one Super Bowler in the core?
He's got the Archer Queen there as well, alongside the Grand Warden ability and the Rage spell. He might be able to still make this work. They are getting great value, and if he could get that multi-target Inferno, which is he is about to, he's got the Queen ability, the Royal Champion ability, and multiple spells left over. Timing of these is critical, as he's allowing the Queen to absorb that damage first. Ability goes off, the Skeleton spell is already down. 40 seconds, and it's looking good for P. Castro to kick things off for Clash Champs. The Skeleton spell is their only hope, but he's already taking a sip of his water. He's got the freeze spell, and with only a few buildings remaining, Clash Champs take the early lead in the Grand Finals.
What an attack this was. We have said they have turned attacks like these around, and that's exactly what they're doing. The entry with the bowlers walking around did not go perfectly, but the recovery was impressive. And when Picastro starting early with a strong attack, we know what this means for their opponents, but let's hear from themselves.
How can you not fall in love with Clash Champs and those celebrations? It is amazing to see. Their performance is next level, and so are their celebrations, putting the pressure on Reported Gaming. Let's see if they can respond.
Has to defend now, and it is versus General X. We have the Super Barbarians, we have a lot of supportive tools, and we have a Queen Charge yet again with the recall spell. So far, it felt like the Queen Charge attacks did not work out that great for Reported, but it seems to be their only answer versus the basis of Clash Champs. Clash Champs using this time around an invisibility tower behind the Town Hall, which is always spelling danger for whoever is going to enter into that tower compartment. Test and everything raining down, it means that those troops in the beginning are staying safe. There goes the healers, but remember, he is using the recall spell.
He is. There was one seeking air mine, but again, he's going to recall the Queen out of there so he can be relatively safe versus the traps. He did have to use an extra couple of Super Barbarians to funnel the top defenses, since the Builderhood kept repairing them. And notice that the healers, like you said, just quickly redirect to the Queen. And he also waited until the invisibility spell tower was popped before he did that.
That's right. Having the healers transfer over, and now it's all about a huge hero dive into the core of this base. Wall break is going strong. The wall is open. He has quite a few spells left, even the jump spell to open up the entire base. Flying Castle is getting dealt with some nice spells, and the Warden ability should be used anytime soon.
Yeah, I was waiting for that Warden ability. Just such huge damage moving into the base. Archer Queen still holding back a little bit here, too, and getting caught up, whilst the King is up top, but not really getting the value that he wants. Is that Monolith going to survive? The invisibility spell tower is reactivating.
That's right, the Queen. No, Queen! No! Don't go for that wall! Can she retarget? That would be huge for him. He's trying to turn the Skins invisible to make sure the Queen is going to go back, but she is not. She's staying on that wall. She is dedicated to take this storage out. But take a look at that. The siege has opened a really good path for this Queen, but she's having different plans. I mean, that Queen is like going crazy.
The Elixir Collector at the bottom of the base was closest, so she wanted to go down and take that out first, naturally. But what that does for General X is mean that time continues to tick down. There is a huge amount of base. That invisibility spell tower reactivating again. Surely not a third time during one attack. He's still got a rage and an invisibility spell. Carefully waiting onto those headhunters to try and power them in towards the defending Queen. There's the invisibility. He's saving onto the headhunters for cleanup at this point too, because even if he doesn't 3-star, he's got to try and push that percentage.
24 seconds, more troops are getting placed. The Queen with her ability and the Unicorn alive, but that multi-furniture out of range. And as you said, the invisibility tower has reloaded and is going to make the 3-star impossible. The Queen ability has been used, and every single percentage point is important. But at this point, this is 0 out of 6 for reported versus Clash Champs. 0 out of 6 attacks they were able to successfully 3-star. And if this is not getting to their heads, that would be quite impressive.
How do you even shake that off if you are Reported Gaming? Just, they've been so impressive versus every single team, but it feels like whatever they do, Clash Champs have the counter for it. And they have also started off on offense perfectly here. Should they get a 3-star in the next attack, I know Reported Gaming are right there. They just have to try and pick things up, but like you said, it must be very difficult. So let's see if Clash Champs can do that.
The Super Dragons returning, and take a look at that. We even have the double recall spell, just making sure that a troop, which is the Super Dragon, not needing that many spells. And we have the crowd going crazy and cheering for a defense to make this match as close as possible.
That's what's fantastic about being in the arena, is just seeing the atmosphere and how everybody gets involved. I've got to say, I love the fact that he doesn't need 2 versions of Super Troops, so opts for the Super Giant here. It's got a huge amount of hit points, so it can tank that Queen for so much longer than what we normally see when regular Giants are used.
Yeah, I think in general, it's just such a cool thing with the addition of the recall spell. No one was really sure if it's getting used a lot, then it got buffed, and now it's just everywhere, just being such a creative tool. And we have already heard from earlier that those pros are just so good with those creative tools, and this is exactly now where those troops are getting placed right into that high damage area.
Yeah, one seeking air mine hits a Super Dragon. Just waiting on that Warden ability until the Battle Blimp moves through. The Warden gets pushed back with the Sweeper, catches the Tornado Trap, so he's trying to hold on to the ability. He does actually catch all of the Super Dragons bar one, and the Battle Blimp makes its route to the Town Hall, gets there with the Rage. Now the rocket balloons fly to it, but with the Town Hall down, what's going to happen with these Clan Castle troops? The Lava Hound is going to slow down his heroes quite significantly. The rocket balloon's not going to cause too big of a threat.
That's right, rocket balloons without their ability, it's not as dangerous for those heroes. But there's quite a few defenses left standing. The Expos, the defending King, the defending Warden, and that defending Scattershot has to be taken care of. The skeleton traps are delaying things a little bit. The Warden, the Phoenix is going off. Crow is saying defense. Is it going to be? That's the question. King ability is getting used.
It's hard to say with all of the hero abilities. Like you said, the King spawns all of those barbarians, and he also has the Queen and Royal Champion ability with 2 expos firing at them. And look at the bottom of the screen as well. We've got the defending Royal Champion and the scatter shot. The confidence is not there for Clash Champs in this attack. They know it's not going to go through, but they have to try and get that percentage because Reported Gaming were right up there by 90.
And then really good poison, defensive poison spell, delaying the Queen and the Royal Champ even further, because at this point it's about time as well, and every single building which you can defend. I mean, we have now the defense for Reported. And remember how the last match went. Clash Champs have gotten the first 2 attacks 3 stars. After that was it. No more 3 stars. So having a defense now at this point is huge for Reported. They just still have to search for their first 3 stars. That's the other problem.
It is. It's always a bit of bittersweet feeling when you do get a defense because, yep, you've managed to defend, but you'd always rather have the 3 stars in the pocket. So for Reported Gaming, whilst that's a huge turn of events, they do have to capitalize on it. And on the flip side, yes, Clash Champs didn't get any other 3 stars, but Reported didn't get any in that first matchup either.
That's right. We can see again the Blim taking out the monolith. Everything went perfect. Even the freezes were, I mean, to me, just on the next level. He was able to freeze the Eagle and both sweepers on the opposite sides of them. That was just mind-blowing. Let's take a look at the next attack, and it's going to blow our minds as well.
We hear the crowd for Clash Champs shouting defense, both sides trying to rally the teams up together. And we do have the Super Barbarians, 2 clone spells with Battle Blimp selected. Now we have seen numerous Super Archer Blimp attacks, so I'm curious as to whether that is what we will see here. A couple of balloons to try and snipe buildings initially, then the Battle Blimp flying through. See where he's going to land here at 2.
He's landing right next to the town hall, and we see the Super Archers. There's the clone, and
oh, the Wallbreaker's got cloned!
No way! That is just the worst possible moment. I mean, he opened the entire base, but this is not what you want to see.
You have to delay the clone spells so that your test troops are able to get out of the way and be destroyed. But with the tornado trap, the Super Wall Breaker didn't move forward and bust the wall. So that is a huge turn of events. Like you said, he still gets the town hall. All is not lost here, but with such a big investment, 0 spells left over. This is tricky.
It is for sure. With everything now getting sent at the top side, the only good news, like for him right now, is that he had not to invest the Warden for that type of blimp. It was a blimp without the Warden ability, without a heavy investment on the troop space. Yes, spell-wise, it was quite an investment for sure, but maybe those troops can now power through the remaining defense because the Warden ability for that defending area at the bottom side with the Monolith and the Eagle, that I think is a great timing to use it and make sure that they're staying alive.
Got to time the Royal Champion perfectly here as well because he's got no wall breaks or jump spells, which means he doesn't have clear access into that compartment. He uses the Warden ability now with all the Barbarians from the King trying to absorb damage whilst the Clan Castle troops are there as well. Thankfully, he's got an Electro Titan, but it is getting fired at and going to go down, meaning any skeleton traps on defense now could be huge. The Queen trying to get through to that multi-target Inferno. She's got her ability, but she's not there whilst the other troops are tanking.
That Queen barely staying alive, but the Expo on the back end is just causing a lot of problems. The Super Barbarians are getting added. The defending Royal Champ is going down. The Royal Champ on his side is trying his best, or her best, to somehow power through a ground skeleton traps. Oh no, is it enough power though?
Really needed that Electro Titan for this moment. Royal Champion caught up. Scatter shot locks on. Once the Expo turns around, she will go down. And it is a huge defense for Clash Champs with the 89, just clicking into the 90s, 91%, 92% even, come on. Trying to get the percentage right here, 92% for Reported Gaming. And Clash Champs, whilst they had that one little blip, they are still in the lead. And their bases still hold Reported Gaming back. It is becoming their kryptonite at this point.
Yeah, it really looks like that. Even though I feel like on this one, it was less the base to be blamed, because I feel like the plan looked great. He got a lot of percentage, even though he cloned the the wall breaks inside that blimp. So the plan looked completely fine. The idea was great. But in the end, you can see that again. The clone spells are getting used. The wall break was caught inside the tornado trap. And this is why he was still inside that, cloned area. That NATO trap, even though it did not hit the super archers themselves, kind of turned around the entire attack.
Yeah, I guess he got them a little bit too far, and maybe he expected the wall breakers to go back over towards the outside compartment, but either way, wasn't meant to be. Let's see if Clash Champs can get another 3-star to extend their lead.
Ready, we are ready, and we have Clash Champs going again with the super bonus. And I feel like Reported definitely did not prepare for that, since Clash Champs felt like bonus were their, I don't know, kryptonite to some degree as well during the qualifiers. But it seems like they really made sure that they know how to play this true. But where's the Queen going next? He's turning some buildings invisible, but the Queen is going for the... Okay, she's going around, going inside, and she has to do the same thing as with the other attack. She has to take down the Town Hall, and then you're going to enter with those boners to avoid the Town Hall poison.
Yeah, fantastic job there. Quick reactions with the invisibility spell just to make sure she did move on into the inside, because you can see how important that is now. Just about to lock up the Town Hall. Ice Golems and Super Ballers move in. Again, delayed, but trying to time it perfectly before those buildings goes down. Seems like it's timed a little bit better this time to push the Super Ballers forward. Oh, no, Navy! I jinxed it! Oh, gosh! Warden ability used perfectly, though. That was really good to try and capture everything before they moved around. If he could get the Eagle Artillery here, which he does, and maybe a little bit more protection for the Queen moving through, he could still turn this around.
I feel like that was one of those bait warden abilities. Yes, you catch everything, but Judo, take a look at this core. You do not want to approach this without the warden ability. Rage up expos, triple rage up, or possible rage up multi-inferno towers. This is not fun to face, and now it's all about the bonus on the outside. Can they throw enough rocks to make this work? We have the Royal Champ getting added early on to share the damage with that Queen, but with multi-inferno towers, that's not as easy as that.
It's not, and by the time the Royal Champion got the multi-target Inferno down, the Super Ballers were already gone. Archer Queen gets the Rage Tower. Royal Champion and Diggy doing a tremendous job here as the Queen ability is popped. She should be able to get the Expo and the multi. He's still got a freeze, but the Royal Champion sadly does fall. This is incredibly close. The Queen can get these skellies, and I think time is a big problem here. He's recovered this incredibly well, but what are your thoughts, Itsu? The Queen now stuck in that compartment. She's got to get out before she can start clearing any more of these buildings.
Yeah, she's going further and further into that corner and going down eventually, and that percentage, below 80%, is not looking good for Clash Champs. The only good news for them is that Reported is 0 out of 7. 0 3-stars out of 7 attacks versus their bases. Because at this point, if Reported just 3 stars once, they have quite a massive percentage lead.
A huge lead indeed, because those last 2 attacks, certainly not what we expected from the start of this war. And I think that's a lesson to all of us, that things can change drastically even after those first attacks. So let's see if Reported can get their first 3-star.
Concentrating, and we have another Queen Charge Recon Super Barbarians. Those have not worked so far versus the basis of Clash Champs. Can they get their 3-star now? This would be such a massive momentum swing for them. And he's starting things off with an Ice Golem with his Queen to really make sure that this defending air defense and the Royal Champ together have no chances of taking down possible healers for him. But take a look at that. No! The healers are chasing, I think, some of the Seeking Goblins or even the Headhunter. The Queen should turn around and charge into that scatter. But remember again, he has the recall spell, so time is for sure an issue. And wait! Queen, come back! Where is she going?
Oh no! What's he going to do here? Maybe send in he can't really even target them with the balloons. He just gives up on that section, recalls the Queen, pops her over to 3 o'clock, and has to now make a backup plan towards that scatter. Queen taking a little bit of damage. I'm sure he didn't want to use any spells in this area because he was thinking the Queen might have been better topped up if he did have to use a rage in that top compartment had she have walked in. Manages to get through though, has some pathing, but he's going to take some damage from that scatter shot as he deploys the troops to the most northern area of the base to support the king.
Oh, there are the Super Barbarians, and now he has to be careful because that Flinger, that log launcher, if it gets targeted, that would be really bad news for him. He wants to get as far as possible into that base. The Eagle, the Expo, the Multi-Furniture, all of those have to go down because the Queen and her healers are in danger otherwise.
He's already used the Warden ability, so with that raged up multi-target Inferno, they are going to take massive damage as the defending Clan Castle troops distract everything. What does he have inside that log launcher? And remember, he's still got to make sure the Queen loops around for that Town Hall as she moves in. There's a lot of distractions here. He's got the Royal Champion as a bit of a backup, and obviously all of the Super Barbarians. There's the Rage. The Invisibility, lovely Rage there actually to catch the Eddies into.
That's right, the Rage was quite nice for him. But take a look at that, there goes the freeze. The healers are getting kept alive, but now it's all about the back end.
Oh, look at that!
Take a look at that. The Rage Tower inside the middle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tesla, 2 Expos, Scanner, and Multi-Phone Tower. I think you can't put in any more defenses in there.
You cannot. He's got no Warden ability. He's got the freezes, which he has to time perfectly. Just missed the Rage spell activating, so the Royal Champion is taking huge damage with the Skeleton Trap distracting her. Queen down the bottom of the base. She's got her ability, but does she have time to come up? Great use of the invisibility to try and keep the Royal Champion moving, but she's stuck now. And the Tornado Trap proves to be fatal for Mech. Using the Queen ability to get into the 90s, they can have the percentage, but they're not able to close out the 3 stars, which means Clash Champs still have the lead, and they need to try and get another triple because the momentum has to be picked back up for them. Like you've correctly said, if Reported Gaming are able to convert, they are well out in front.
Yeah, to me it's really crazy. I mean, at this point, like how many defenses do the Clash Champ bases have at this point versus this strategy? It's not like in general that they're defending incredible, but it feels like Reported says, this is the strategy we want to use versus those spaces, and it's just not working. So I'm kind of wondering, when are they going to change that, or are they just not seeing any other options?
Yeah, it's really difficult, isn't it? Because in this situation, you can't... I mean, I am sure the players are well versed, but on the big stage, you have to be comfortable with what you're doing. If something starts to go wrong, you've got to be able to adapt. So it's really hard for Roboted to just switch it up during the tournament. However, let's see if Clash Champs can capitalize on this. Luke coming in with one of basically the same approach as what we have just seen. Is he going to use the Battle Blimp initially though? A couple of loons and the Warden ability. We've seen numerous Yeti blimps from Clash Champs deciding to rage this area to try and get the Eagle, the Expo, and the Multi, which he should be able to easily get. He's got the Clan Castle pull, and alongside the use of those loons initially, he's got a huge path created, so there is nowhere else for the Queen to go. She's pretty well protected whilst taking out the Lava Hound. Then we've just got to see the follow-up. 30 seconds in, everything going to plan so far. It's really good that his Warren survived because he can take out those buildings up top and get a little bit extra value, which could be crucial when it comes down to time.
That's right, and I think we have seen this exact attack already earlier, with the only difference, it were Hog Riders as a follow-up, and that was from Super VOTX. So did Clash Champs say, well, we like that Queen shot, it did go well with the jump into the Town Hall, but then we want to do something different. We want to do this Super Barbarians instead of the Hog Riders, because let's be honest, the Hogs so far in this event had not the greatest success.
They have not, and I remember it was such an extensive Queen charge, wasn't it, that he was really running short on time. There is the jump, just like you said. The Coco Loons making sure to protect the healers, because if anything goes wrong with the Queen charges, it can then go horribly wrong. As the Rage Tower popped, he's not really under any other damage other than the Rage of Expo. An aggressive Rage on the Queen alongside the invisibility means as she steps forward to the Town Hall, she's still under Rage.
That's right, still under Rage, and time is really, really important. We have the Royal Champ getting entered on the outside. The Super Barbarians out there. There goes the Warbreak. The Queen is staying alive. And now it's all about the push. 1 minute for around about 30% left of the space.
30%, and I'm watching that Rage Tower. There it goes, activating as the Ice Golem is flung off. He's now got to try and swarm that area. 2 freeze spells to perfectly time. There is the first to protect the Royal Champion. Archer Queen is using the ability. He is celebrating because with 40 seconds left, so many troops and spells. He's got this. Now, it's very hard for them to remain calm. I was thinking, stay there just for another couple of seconds until the 3-star is guaranteed. But in his head, he knew it. That is now a huge lead for Clash Champs. And they are within touching distance of that trophy that they are staring at this entire match.
That's right, they have the lead on stars, and that's just the most important things. Reported has such good percentage, you can see it still on the right side in this replay. They have the percentage, but in the end, what is more important? That's right, it is getting those 3 stars, and this is something which feels impossible for them in this match. And we can see the celebration, the energy, the relief of getting that 3-star.
Let's go to Team Comms after that one. I would have loved to hear those screams, but let's see what Reported can do. They're not out of this yet. Let's see if they can pull it back.
Fantastic, he has to do it for his team. He is having quite an interesting army composition with a battle drill and a couple of invisibility spells. Are we going to witness, again, the invisible drill, the invisible blizzard, if you want to call it that way? Where is he going to start? That's the big question. He's starting with a couple of super barons. There goes the drill. What are the defenses he's going to turn invisible? It's going to be the bottom ones. So he is targeting the builder huts. The drill is going through, and he's going to have his blizzard right behind that town hall.
Manages to turn them invisible. Do they get caught on the lava hound hit? No, they are going to stay there and then get the town hall down, get the other defenses. Can he chain through the rest of this huge value from this blizzard? Is he going to use another invisibility? He's accepting that value, but I think that's more than, well, exactly what he could have expected.
Yeah, really, really good. Creative way on approaching that base. And back in the days, Fantastic was known as one of the best blizzard lotto attackers in the entire world. But now we have the Queen starting her dive, going for that Eagle compartment, going for that Eagle direction, where we have the King charging into that scatter compartment.
Indeed, with the Royal Champion now reinforcing as well. All of the Barbarians can swarm this area, help to get through the skeleton traps, dodge the giant bomb there as well, which was really nice. And look at the pathing of the Royal Champion here, thanks to the Blizzard. She's just going to hop straight on into that Eagle compartment and start to take down those defenses. Grand Warden still able to be utilized here as well, alongside the Lalo. So huge value from Timtastic. The invisibility for the Royal Champion, really wanting to save onto that ability. Off it goes. Can he get this section though? I think he really wants the Eagle Artillery into.
That's right, another invisibility spell is invested. The HP, is it going to drop? The Expo, the Monolith, and yes, it's going down. And then we have the last shouting into the last scanner, into the last Rage Tower area with the Queen. And those headhunters, if there's any string traps, that could be really, really devastating.
There is the defensive rage going off with the Warden ability perfectly timed to mitigate that. Alongside the haze spells to quickly get them in, start taking the defenses down. Lava Hound also pops the tornado trap down the bottom, which is fantastic. And he still has 7 balloons left to use, trying to just pick off that bottom air defense if he can. The balloons have got to get down to that monolith. 30 seconds into, what do you think?
The Queen has stayed alive. The headhunters did not take her down. He has to the freeze, but the Warden is next. He has to freeze it, and he sees already he is not happy because that Queen, we have talked about it, her staying alive could be really bad for the attack.
With picking off the Warden, he's got nothing to take the Clan Castle down. Even if he gets the defenses, he's going to run out of time here, meaning it is yet another 2-star Clash Champs' bases being on another level. And now all they need is the 2 stars to claim the World Championship title. The big question is, do they just flip the plan, go for 2 stars, and then go crazy? Or do they try and get the 3 and finish off in style?
I wouldn't be surprised if they just stand up and flip the desk. I mean, let's hope that this desk is really, really well prepared, because that's not going to be an easy task. But for now, it's 2 stars. So close, yet so far 2 stars. Should be possible, maybe.
I think it's possible. Get the Builder and Hammer Jam on speed dial for this desk, because we have seen the celebrations of Clash Champs. You can see it in their faces. You know how much that defense meant to them, and they know they are so, so close. They have clearly been the best team so far. And this is the moment. Can they do it?
The finisher has to finish this with only needing 2 stars to claim the World Championship title. And yes, he celebrates already.
Celebrating.
Like, he knows. Super Dragons for the Town Hall. He doesn't even need to send all of the Super Dragon. It's just getting the Town Hall, Flame Flinger. Let that even work for like 1 minute. He does not need the time.
Yep.
They do not care about 3 stars. 2 stars. Town Hall and 50%. This is what this strategy screams to me right now.
This is exactly what I would say. And this is what I would do, and I admire him for just doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
So many times we see people trying to force the 3-star strategy, make a mistake, and then they lose the war because they 1-star. Seleno, swallowing his pride, doesn't care about his own personal stats. He cares about his team victory, which I think is very admirable. So, Super Dragon's in. He does commit them all into. He's not missing that Town Hall. He's going to use the King and the Royal Champion for cleanup and that 50%. But that is the marker, though. 50%. The Super Dragons are going to get caught up behind the Town Hall. Let's see what he can do.
I mean, not gonna lie, really surprised that he has sent all of those Super Dragons into that Town Hall, because he could have just, I mean, at this point you see how easy he has gotten the Town Hall. Just like circle the entire base. It's 10 more, 12 more percentage. The Flinger is going, and he has not even deployed the King and the Royal Champion yet.
Just send them on the outside. Take the non-defensive buildings. Valkyrie's run out. He's celebrating. He can't focus, and I don't blame him. I couldn't either. There is the 2-star. Clash Champs are your world champions. They can celebrate for the rest of this attack and just enjoy their victory. Oh my goodness. We've seen amazing celebrations from him in the qualifiers. At this moment, I don't think he can quite believe it. And wow, I'm just speechless at this point. They have been the best team here by far, thoroughly deserved the victory. And as this attack closes out, they can finally just rest. They don't have to remain as focused for the rest of this.
I mean, it is just incredible. They were not only the best, but as well the by far smartest team. Do not overcomplicate things on Town of 15, and this was to perfection. They knew what they had to do. They came in here with the best strategies prepared, and they delivered. On offense, on defense, holding back, reported twice on such low scores. It's just mind-blowing to me. It's impressive, and it's just not from this world.
Not indeed. I mean, they're just waiting. Respect for Reported Gaming. Again, they're just a true clash act, I guess. Because they don't want to go celebrating right now. Respecting their opponents, they can wait and then get the celebrations after. But let's hear what they thought during that attack.
Caralho! Caralho, campeão mundial nessa porra, velho. Caralho! Caralho.
Just amazing, amazing to see. You know, you can't imagine what they are feeling inside in that moment. All of their fans there, all of the hard work that everybody has put in to support this team. And let's, you know, just respect everybody that's been here and give Reported Gaming the applause they deserve for this last attack. Let's hear it, everybody. Reported Gaming closing out the wall.
With his last attack, what is he going to do? What is he going to show us in this last attack with another siege, with another battle drill? We have quite a few of invisibility spells, but I feel like this one's going to be for the clan castle indeed, because there's no poison otherwise, which is giving us a clear indicator of those skeleton spells are supposed to take down the clan castle and a ton of buildings surrounding it.
I always love to see a Skelly donor. It used to be such a risky strategy, and I guess it still is, but the pros are incredibly good at this stage. But he does get the clan castle. Doesn't quite get the expo and the multi, so I guess I'm just full of jinxes today. I've been jinxing everyone, I apologize.
I was about to say, as you're saying, it's not as risky anymore. Two of the key defenses are keep staying up. And at this point, it's full recovery mode. But I mean, it would be just so impressive to see Clash Champs winning twice back-to-back versus Reported with 12 to 10 stars. 0 out of 10 would be such an impressive performance by the base bidding team. And I mean, it is crazy with the Queen not going. At this point, everything just goes wrong. It feels like the King went, oh, okay, there goes the invisibility spell, redirecting that Queen. And now we have that battle drill getting forced into the multi-turret town compartment.
Yeah, really nice job on that battle drill. It's always good to see the use of that because it's protected whilst it's underground, right? So that's why, as long as you can set up the pathing for it, it's quite a safe option. Now we see the Lalo moving in from the left. The Ice Hound initially helping them get a little bit further. He's got to wait on the Town Hall. It's not active yet, and he's got the Warden at the bottom of the base, hoping that, there we go, as the Town Hall activates, he's got just enough balloons that even once they go down, it's not really that big of a deal. That was well calculated.
Yeah, he just says, well, I need that Warden at the bottom side. Ranged up defenses are no joke, and you need to have that Warden around there. But even with that, we have the Dragon Rider reinforcing that top side, but there's quite some defense left. Can he turn this around, even though the entry did not work out? That would be impressive, and it looks like it is. He's applauding to Clash Champs. They were the better team today, but that is another great attack from Reported, and their first 3 star facing those Clash Champs bases.
like you said, even though it didn't work out at the start, he's been able to flip this plan around, alter things to get those 3 stars, and it shows the caliber of Reported Gaming. They, I feel, have been the underdog for so long, but they came into this tournament smashing teams, getting a very impressive victory over Navi as well. We can give them a round of applause as this year's runners-up, but it is Clash Champs who are your 2023 World Champions. Now they can celebrate. What a performance they have given throughout this weekend, and they can lift the World Championship trophy.
We have the Clash tonight back as well to celebrate this moment. They are just going crazy.
Fantastic. I can't wait to hear from them. They have been so calm. They have made sure that they were focused throughout the entire tournament, and they have won it from the upper bracket. Not even not taking a defeat, but barely taking wars into those close moments. I think the closest one was with Tribe, and they are going crazy. They've snapped the trophy here. Phenomenal performance. Absolutely brilliant job by Clash Champs. The strength is too much. There is their check for $300,000 for first place, and you see it on the top. Clash of Clans World Championship winners. It is Clash Champs. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody.
It is such a relief to all of those fans. They were by far the loudest in the crowd. They were cheering for them non-stop. They were cheering for defenses, for 3 stars, for everything. And it was just their time to shine. Going all the way, and well-deserved.
You called it, Itsu. Get the builder on deck. Hammer Jam needs to be going on that trophy. Congratulations again to them. But we are just about to hear from them so we can have the celebratory interview. Wow. What?
Here, their captain Celinio. First of all, congratulations, man. Such a long time. I remember we were opponents back in the 2019 World Championships. So you started at the very first World Championship. How much does this victory mean for you?
Bom, primeiro parabéns para vocês por serem campeões. Celinho, eu lembro que a gente competiu um contra o outro no Campeonato Mundial de 2019. Agora que você atingiu o seu objetivo de ser campeão mundial, como é que você se sente?
É o sonho de qualquer jogador, né? Finalmente consegui realizar esse sonho. Já disputei vários mundiais e dessa vez a gente conseguiu. A gente, com a organização, ajudou bastante a gente. O Edu também ajudou a gente todo dia, desafiando um monte de coisa que ele faz. E é isso aí.
Well, it's any player's dream to win. We're champions. We have fought a lot to get here. All the organization has helped us a lot. Edu, our coach, has helped us a lot as well with all his challenges for us. And we're champions.
Yes. Yes, you are the champions. So I won't bother you much longer. Just one more thing. You have the opportunity now to say anything you like to anyone out there. What's your message?
Eu não vou incomodar vocês muito mais, só uma última coisa. Vocês têm a oportunidade agora de dizer o que quiserem, para quem quiserem. Qual é a mensagem de vocês?
Primeiramente, quero agradecer a Deus e a toda a família, todo mundo que apoiou a gente até aqui. Foi muito difícil, mas a gente conseguiu. Também agradecer aos builders que ajudou a gente, todo o apoio, todo mundo que ajudou a gente. Só agradecer muito. E é isso.
So I just want to thank.
Também queria, essa vitória também quero lembrar a todos que o Brasil e a América do Sul também é muito forte e a gente precisa de mais apoio, torneios presenciais principalmente, e é isso.
So I just want to thank God, our families, the builders that helped us, and also I would like to say that Brazil and South America are very strong, and that we would like more support and tournaments happening around South America and Brazil as well.
All right, thank you very much. So give it up once more for your world champions, Clash Champs!
Look into the sky, see the darkness on the rise. Lift the light, time to fight. Won't you look into the sky, see the darkness on the rise. Lift the light, time to fight. Won't you come along with me on a date with destiny? We'll make it right. We'll clash tonight. And there's only one way we can rise to the top. Gotta do it together and never surrender or stop. This is the moment we rise. Come together tonight. By the flame that we keep it burning strong. We are the best of the best. We will not back down.
What an incredible finish to this year's World Championship. Thank you to Supercell and our production for being able to put on this incredible show. Thank you to the teams. One more cheer for Clash Champs. And thank you to all the teams that participated, all the fans out there that make this possible. This has been an incredible year, and we cannot wait for what is to come. So one last thing to say, Clash on!
Time to fight. Won't you look into the sky, see the darkness on the rise. Lift the light. Time to fight. Won't you come along with me on a date with destiny? We'll make it right. We'll clash tonight. And there's only one way we can rise to the top. Gotta do it together and never surrender or stop. This is the moment we rise. Come together tonight. Light a flame and we keep it burning strong. We are the best of the best. We will not back down or rest till we drink from the cup of the winner. This is the moment we rise. Come together tonight. Light a flame and we keep it burning strong. We are the best of the best. We will not back down or rest till we drink from the cup of the winner. Clash tonight. Clash tonight. Look into the sky, see the darkness on the rise. Lift the light. Time to fight. Won't you look into the sky, see the darkness on the rise. Lift the light. Time to fight. Won't you come along with me on a date with destiny? We'll make it right. We'll clash tonight. And there's only one way